Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jazia. So today I'm doing another makeup look and I'm gonna be showing you how I achieved this dark midnight blue eye makeup. I think this look is especially perfect if you have brown eyes, but obviously this could work for any eye color. So anyway, for me personally, this is still a daytime appropriate look. I like my eye makeup bold. My signature look is always a dark, smoldering, smoky eye, but for me this is actually soft. So I don't know what you think, but I could definitely wear this during the day. I think it's still a soft look, but it's still bold, it's still vibrant, and it's really gonna make your eyes pop. I don't know, I love it. So anyway, if you're interested in how I achieve this look, then keep on watching. Okay, so now that I finished prepping my skin, I want to start with the eyes first, just in case there's like any fallouts. I always prefer to start with my eyeshadow, and then I can just clean it up afterwards before I apply my foundation. And I do have like a little trick to get rid of any fallouts without removing my skincare products, because I just apply my sunscreen, and I obviously don't want to remove that, so I will show how I take care of that later. But first, I start with this creamy powder. I always start with this. My eyelids are like a little bit darker. You know, I have like dark circles, my lids are a little bit darker. So whenever I use this first, every color that I apply afterwards is just gonna show and it's gonna pop. And I really like to put a large amount of product on here. And then I'm just gonna apply this all over my lid. But it really makes the difference. It's subtle. I don't like to use concealer. If I use concealer, it's too harsh. I don't like that. I want it to look natural. So for me, this is just going to help brightening up the eyelids so that whenever I apply a color, everything is gonna pop. So for my eyes, I'm gonna use the Hypnose palette. It's by Landcome, and it's the color number 15 Blue Hypnotic. And I'm only gonna be using one color today, one eyeshadow color. And then I'm gonna start with this color right here, which is a dark midnight blue, which also has a little bit of shimmer, which is perfect for the look I'm going today. I'm gonna use like a fine pointy brush because I need like some precision, but it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna probably like smudge it out a little bit. Usually when I do my eyes, I can't talk. I'm too focused. I have to make sure that it's perfect because it's so hard for me to do a wing liner with the shape of my eyes. So I have to be very, very focused. I actually have to be very focused when I do my whole makeup. And what I love about blue is that it makes brown eyes pop like crazy. The contrast is so beautiful. And I think this is like a good daytime look because I'm not using too much color. I'm just creating a soft liner. So it's still gonna enhance my eyes, it's still gonna look bold, but it's still soft. It's still like daytime appropriate, which is perfect. Okay, so now I'm done with my eyes. For now, I'm gonna do my bottom eyes after foundation and after concealer, but first I'm gonna use my Blanc de Chanel. This primer is perfect for what I want right now. I like my skin these days very smooth, very airbrushed. I want like a more velvet smooth type of effect, but still glowing, but not too dewy. It doesn't have to be dewy. Just a little bit of glow is fine. I just want like a very smooth airbrush type of finish. So this primer is perfect for that. So I dab first before I massage. Oh, and by the way, this is how I get rid of like any fallouts. Once I've pressed it into my skin, I go under the eyes very gently and I just start to wipe it away with primer. If I would like use a cotton bud or a cleansing wipe, it would remove my skincare, which I don't want, so I always remove any fallout with primer. Okay, so I'm done with my primer. And now foundation. Okay, so for foundation, I'm using the All Hours Foundation by Yves Saint Laurent. It's matte luminous, which is exactly what I want. Usually I like my skin very dewy, because when my skin is dewy, it's very sticky, and it's not the most practical, I think, I don't know. But still I want my skin to be luminous. I still want like some radiance. I don't want my skin to be very matte and dull. If I feel like I applied a little bit too much on my face, I just bring it down to my neck. Then my favorite concealer, the Born This Way concealer. I use about this much. And then I'm just gonna stipple it into my skin. Out of all the concealers I've tried so far, this one is the best. I've been also using it, I think I've been using it since 2019. And I haven't found a concealer this good. The coverage is amazing. You get really high coverage, but at the same time it's very creamy. It doesn't cake, it doesn't dry out my skin, it's actually moisturizing. And I've tried many concealers in the past. The best coverage you can get, and it also comes in a very large bottle, so it lasts forever. I used to run out of concealer very fast, but I bought this one 2 years ago, and there's still so much product left in here. It's amazing. Also, this is in the shade Vanilla. concealer, a good concealer is very important for me, especially because I have, like, I think it's genetics, like I just have dark circles. Doesn't really matter what I do, they've always been there. And it doesn't bother me if I'm not wearing makeup, but because I like my eyes dark, smoky, it will make the dark circles look darker. So for me, a good high coverage concealer is crucial. I also love that I don't have to use much when I use this concealer. Unlike all the other ones I used to use, I had to use so much. I had to do, like, I don't know, maybe like 3 layers. Now I can just get away with 1. I can add more if I want to, if I wanted to make it a little bit brighter, but I don't have to. Now I'm gonna do 5 dots to brighten this area as well. No. Foundation brush is better. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my brows with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Strawburn. And as you can see, I always brush down. If I brush up, they're gonna look so weird. It doesn't work for me. I have to always brush down. So I'm just gonna fill in every little gap. And I always start down and then I do the arch. So again, doing the same. I brush it down, and when it's brushed down, I can see the gap. And now I can go back to the eyes using that same blue shade with the same brush. I'm just gonna trace my under eyes. Mascara. The Charlotte Tilbury Full Fat Lashes is the one I will be using today. I love the brush. This is going to make my lashes really nice and thick. my eyeliner for the waterline. It's the color by NYX. It's in the shade Sunrise Blue. It's not as blue as I want to. I have another one, I think, by NYX. I'm gonna try that one. It's not as intense. No. No, I don't like it. I'm gonna use a different brown, a different blue shade. Okay, so I have another blue liner. It's by NYX. It's in the shade Satin Blue. I'm very curious because, I don't know, the other one, Sunrise Blue, no, it's not what I want. So I'm gonna try this one. And hopefully it's more pigmented, because I only have 2 blue eyeliners. I don't have many options. Oh my god, this is even worse. No. I only have 2. Well, I'm gonna have to use the one I used before. It's a little bit darker. Sunrise Blue. But I apply it and I don't see much color. It's very sheer. So for bronzer, I'm using the Soleil Tan De Chanel, which is one of my favorites. So before I forget, which I always do, nose. Okay, so next, cream blush. This is the iconic London in the shade Sheer Blush. I'm using my IU Mini Buffer Brush. Okay, so before I'm gonna go in with my second round of blush, which is a powder. I'm gonna let this sit on my skin for a few minutes. I'm gonna do my lips first. By the time I'm done, it will have, I don't know, I think absorbed a little bit into my skin, and then I can go in with a powder blush. Okay, so after my first layer of lipstick, I then go in with lip liner. I like to do first lipstick, then lip liner, then lipstick again. This color is obviously way too pale for me right now, but that's why I always mix my shades. But now I'm gonna do lip liner. It makes it easier for me to trace my lips, so I like to do it second. Then the second lipstick is by Charlotte Tilbury. It's Dance Floor Princess. My blush has set. Second round of blush, which is the Nars Orgasm. This is definitely one of my favorite blushes ever. So now I want to go back in with some mascara. I'm going to use the same one. I'm going to try to add a little bit more of that blue again now that my eyes are dry. Not much. No, I don't like this liner. It's very sheer, it's not pigmented, I don't see much. I like the blue, but I'm just disappointed in the liner. I don't know, like I wanted my waterline to be really blue, very intense. It would just make my eyes pop. It would really like enhance my brown eyes, but it's very sheer. It's kind of ruining the look. I don't know. It's not a bad look. I still like it. It's just I wanted more blue in my waterline, and this is just not working. I'm gonna try it one more time. Definitely gonna get a different brand next time. Charlotte Tilbury, she has really nice eyeliners. I've used many before and they're very pigmented. So I'm gonna see if she has like a blue liner. I think she does. And next time I'm gonna use that. But for now, this will have to do. It's the best that I can get. It's the only one I have. And the more I apply, it's like wiping it away. Crazy. I don't know. I still like it though. And you can make this look as soft as you like or as intense. Like I wanted my eyeliner to be a little bit more intense. But you can also do a very soft line if you think this is a little bit too bold for daytime. But I like my eyes bold. I like eyeshadow. I like a smoky eye. That's my signature. Day or night. Okay, so now I'm gonna set my makeup using my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish, and it's number 2, medium. I also love this brush. I've been using it since 2019 as well, and it does give that, you know, smooth airbrush effect, which I love. I only apply it under my eyes because I want the rest of my skin to still be glowing. And next to my nose. I don't like any shine here. Okay. This is a very seductive look. I don't know. This look is only complete after this. Like, we gotta add some perfume. This is the Yves Saint Laurent Libre Intense, which is, by the way, the perfect fall scent, and I think this, with this look, is perfection. I like to match my perfume to whatever makeup I'm wearing, and for me, this is a very warm, spicy, floral scent. It's dark, it's sensual. I don't know. So I'm gonna spray a little bit of this. It smells really nice. I think it just works with this look. It's the perfect match. I love it. Okay, so now that I'm done and I smell really good, yeah, this is the end of the video. Hope you like it, and hope to see you soon. Bye.